Today we're going to cover how to adjust markups both at the project level as well as the database level. We're also going to cover the cumulative checkbox that you have the ability to select as well. So the first thing you need to do is to be able to adjust your markups at the project level, you need to click on the recap icon. Once you click on the recap icon, you'll be presented with your recap screen showing you the default markups that are saved to the database. Now in this case, we want to play with the material markup here. We want to go adjust that percentage a little bit. So in this case, we'll double click on there. We'll change the floor to sales tax, so double click again. And here we're going to type in 6.25% and say save, and save again. Now once you do that, you've gone in and you've changed that markup for just this specific job. Well, let's say that you wanted to add in an escalation markup as well because material pricing is constantly changing in today's day and age. If that's the case, simply double click, hit add, and now you can add in a new markup. In this case, I'm just going to use an abbreviation. We're going to say 3% and we're going to say save. We click save again, and now you'll notice that it's actually added in that 3% escalation. However, that 3% escalation is based off of just the subtotal of material. Well, in this case, we want it based off of not only the subtotal of material, but also the sales tax as well. So to get that, if you double click on your escalation, double click on that line again, you would want to choose the cumulative option. Cumulative is basically meaning that what we're going to do before we calculate that 3% is we're going to combine the subtotal of material plus the dollar amount for your tax. And once that number is combined, then we're going to be taking 3% of that number for you. Now, if you wanted to adjust any other markups on this screen, simply double click and it's going to allow you to adjust those markups again at a per project basis. However, some states require you to have the tax at the very end on the contract. And if that's the case, the way that you're going to add that in is you're going to click on bids in the menu, you're going to click on edit, and then you're going to scroll down to scenario properties. Once you click on scenario properties, you then get the option for markups, and here now you can add a new markup, or if you already have them existing, you can simply type in the percentage you want. Once you type in the percentage, click save, and then you'll need to click on the recap icon again to refresh the screen. Once you refresh the screen, you should see that you've added in that markup at the contract level. Now, all of those changes we made were specific to just this one job. So how do we make those changes in the database? Well, the way that you make those changes in the database is by clicking on estimating in the upper right-hand corner, double-clicking on subdivisions, finding the subdivision you're working with, and then hitting the edit button on that. In this case, we were working with roofing, so we'll say edit. Once you click edit, you'll notice that you have 3 tabs here at the top: tax class markups, subdivision markups, and profit. Click on tax class markups. Here you'll have your drop down for the tax class you're looking at. In this case, if I click the drop down, I'll scroll down to material, and you'll notice that it looks very similar to what we initially saw in that project. Well, let's say we wanted to add escalation into the database, so that way every project moving forward had that markup available. In this case, you click add, give it your description, give it your percentage, and then again we want to click the cumulative on this escalation cost. You may or may not need to check that depending on what you're adding in, but for this demonstration we do. We would then say save and save again, and that will now hold that escalation markup in there for any job moving forward from this point. Now, let's say that you wanted to make a scenario markup, something like that contract tax. Let's say you wanted to make that change in the database. Well, to do that, what you would need to do is you would click on options in the menu, you would go to preferences, and then once you go to preferences, you have the recap scenario markup. Now you can go in and you can make modifications to these. So in this case, if I wanted this to be contract tax, and I want that to be at 88%, I can type in that 8%. I can say that that's cumulative, and then I can say save. That's how you're going to add in the contract tax or the markup at the base of the contract in the database. Now, if you have any questions or you need any additional assistance in setting up these markups or manipulating these markups, please feel free to give us a call on the tech line and we'd be happy to assist you in any way we can. Thank you for watching and have a great day.